Hey everyone, welcome back to Alchemy with Xerophayze. This is Eric. Thought I'd do another quick tutorial, walk you through some things that we can do with some of the new features in XeroGen Forge. So our last tutorial went through the mask and structure, showing how to use the mask to do some inpainting, how the strength or the strength for that works, and then the structure and strength for the structure works. We have a new tool. I'm just going to briefly touch on this. This is a annotation with arrow option, and what that means is let's generate an image here, just a random image, and see if we have some stuff that we can do with it here. Let's use Flux. Where is it? I must not have it selected in my profile. Let's do Nano Banana here. Let that generate an image here, and then we're going to select the annotate. I'm going to show you two different ways to use this. Actually, we're just going to do this as a separate tutorial. So we're going to turn that on, minimize that, and then what we're going to do is add this in here with an arrow. There is a cute, what do they call this? Mechanical owl, but there's another word for it. Mechanical, we'll say anthropomorphic steampunk squirrel. Here. I'm going to save that. And then let's do this. There is ethereal ghost. The background. And we'll just leave it like that. We're just going to hit this and use Nano Banana. It seems to do the best at reading these and doing what we ask it to do. See how well it follows it here. My experience is it does pretty good. There you go. What's cool about this is it lets you, I don't know why Nano Banana is so good at doing this. I mean, the fact that it's able to read the image so well that it reads the text in it, in whatever it is you're doing, and then follows instructions. I didn't even give it any instructions over here to do this. This is such a powerful tool, allows you to customize your images so well. Let's do this. This is now a mechanical hawk with made of a silvery metal. Again, I'm not putting in any instructions here. They're all right here with the arrow kind of giving an indication of what we're doing, or what we're applying it to. Oh, it is prompted to be very specific. So let's back up one so we can go back. And you can always prompt it here too. That's a pretty unique element in here to be able to prompt. Let's do this. One more example. There are crystal flowers here, multicolored. And over here, let's just overwrite this whole thing. There is a distant castle on a mountain range here. Oh my gosh. There is a distant castle on a mountain range here. All right, now we'll do that. So by putting the arrow on the owl, I should have said this owl is now a whatever. Give it more context of what it is I'm specifying, because I pointed it, and there you go. It's kind of ethereal. It's kind of sitting in the back, but it's exactly what we were looking for. So that's one way you can use this. The other way here, let's go ahead and create a new canvas. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a bit of a fantasy scene. So what we're going to do is do a magical pool of water with a waterfall surrounded by a rocky border. Right here, we're going to put, make sure we specify, a magnificent unicorn with wings. Let's make it a black unicorn. And a white mane rearing up. And then over here, we're going to do a magical, beautiful fairy woman in a shimmering moon gown, sitting on a rocky ledge overlooking the pool of water. There is a large alien moon in the sky here. So what I'm doing is I'm building my scene, kind of giving you an idea of where I want things. Again, giving you more control over where stuff is. So now over here, all I'm going to state is that this is a watercolor painting. Very magical. And then we're going to use Nano Banana again. Shouldn't take too long. These usually take 4 to 7 seconds to do the Nano Banana generations. There you go. Sometimes it does leave the words in. So, but everything else is precisely. And getting rid of the words, super easy. Remove the words near the moon. Just let that get rid of that. And there you go, beautiful watercolor painting, exactly how I mean, literally almost exactly how I envisioned it. I didn't specify anything about forest or mountains or anything like that. Oh, I got rid of the moon too. Okay, I'm going to show you a better way to get rid of that. So you can specify that. What I'm going to do is we're going to just do a little bit of in painting, turn that up, turn this up. Just going to go like this. And we'll create a little spot down here. And we're just saying moon. Hit render, shows you the mask. Give that a second to kind of spool up, and what that's going to do is erase that. And I think I've shown that many times before in some of my other videos. It's a really powerful tool to be able to do that and quickly erase something that just doesn't belong there. And there you go. And then from there, we can come down here. So the other tools in here are, we got our quick upscaler. We got our Forge upscaler using a control net tile upscale technique. We also have over here, we have a couple of upscale models here. I think these are ESRGAN capable, but low credit usage. And then a clarity upscaler, which will add detail to the scene. I've run into some issues with it changing faces. It really depends on the image, I guess. But with an image like this, you can be safe in just doing a quick upscaler. Let's do 4 times. This will take it to, looks like about 5,200 by 2,800, almost 3,000. And it doesn't take too long. This upscaler is pretty quick. Doesn't give a progress on it just due to the nature of this particular upscale, but it's pretty fast. You know, that upscaler, what it does is it does kind of smooth things out. As you can see, we kind of lost the watercolor look to it. So we're going to do that again using a different technique. We're going to try, let's see, where did it go? Oh yeah. So what we're going to do, I need a description of this. I don't know if this upscaler uses a description, the Clarity upscaler, but I want a description just in case. So we're going to drag the image over here into this. We want describe an image. Going to grab that description, drop right there, and then we're going to use the Clarity upscaler to see how well it does. This one will or should give a progress once it gets started. As you can see, there it goes. It's running through that right now. It's not a precise like bar that gradually moves. Some of these systems you work with just don't give you the ability to get a precise, I don't know what you call it, point on the actual progress it's making. But oh yeah, that looks much better. And we ended up with a lot more intricate details in this. Wow, it actually turned out really good. We kept the watercolor style, added some intricate detail into this and the moon. So that, it really is amazing. That upscaler does work most of the time. Like I said, I have run into situations where it will change a face to something I don't want, but very rarely. So now we got, it says 1942. I don't think that's accurate. Let's come over here, hit edit. Yeah, that's what I thought. 2688 by 1536. I believe you could take that and run that through and upscale it again, but I think we're going to leave it at that. We're going to use this as the YouTube thumbnail, I think, for the video. So make sure you keep note on our channel, subscribe to it. We're going to start coming out with more and more videos like this, showing you how to use this to create all sorts of different things. We've got it tied into a lot of different models. In fact, let me show you here. We'll go under profile, we'll go to model preferences. We actually have quite a few models. I don't have all of them selected. I'm going to do the select these, make sure they're in there. Black Forest Labs, Flux 1.1 Pro, ideogram. We got Flux 0.1 Dev. We're going to make that sure that one's in there. Qwen Image Edit Plus. I think I got that one working, so we're going to go that and save that. So all those should show up when you go to your button here, and you may need to scroll down just a little bit, but they should show up. And then the edit only or edit capable models will show up here. So thanks for watching, and definitely stay tuned. We're going to come out with a lot more. These are a lot of fun.